Well, Dom, 5:04 out of the Mustang's #1 qualifier, but you're still not a happy man.
No, we're still way off the pace. You know, this car normally runs 460s on the 8th, so yeah, we're a little bit off the pace. So.
The passes I've seen, though, have been pretty wild. It must be fun inside this thing.
Oh yeah. It's a handful on this track, yeah, by far.
Well, tell us a bit about the Mustang, sort of the engine. What have we got on board?
The engine, we got a small block 440 cube with twin 80mm turbos. It's a Proline engine from America. Yeah, basically that's about all I can tell you about the engine. It's estimated we're making 2,200. So
2,200 horsepower. And the turbo, she's a bit of a wild ride, and it seems to get off the start line and then just absolutely go once you're out a little bit.
Yeah, well, normally it gets off the start line a lot harder than what it has been today. So yeah, we've got a little gremlin we're chasing, and yeah, as you can see, the boys are working flat out to try and find it. But yeah, we'll get on top of it.
Tom, that is a fairly serious motor you have there. Speaking of which, Craig Hewitt and John Abib just about to go head-to-head out on the track. Qualifying is over. We're in race mode at the moment. There's John Abib just firing up those rear tyres, getting some heat into them. But let's go down and find out from Craig Hewitt exactly what sort of machinery he has underneath his bonnet.
Well, this Walkinshaw, tell us a little bit about it. What's the power plant?
It's got a 632 big block Chev. It's got 2 stages of nitrous we use in both stages now. It's run a 741 at 191. It's showing us about 1,730 Morossos at the flywheel.
So the nitrous, how much horsepower does that sort of add for you?
We've got 400 in the first kit, and that's all activated off the start line. And then we've got another 200 progressing in on a timer within about a second.
So that's an extra 600 horsepower coming out of the bottle. I mean, It must be a really good feeling when that kicks in.
Oh yeah, the start line it's pretty hard to explain how it feels. It's good, it's a buzz, and it's what keeps you coming back all the time.
Well, let's see how it goes up against this man, John Habib.
Well, yeah, John with the Tirana, one of the smaller tired guys, of course. With Hewitt, he's got the big tyres under those huge wheel tubs in the Walkinshaw, but it is a heavy car. That is the advantage Habib has, particularly on this racetrack, because the start line is getting better and better, but it's still not what they'd be used to at the big championship racetracks. So he can't put as much horsepower to the ground immediately. And of course, to get a heavy car moving, you've really got to use every single netty you've got.
John Habib with a tail light out. Not that he'll care about that one iota as long as the parachute works. We're about to go racing. Habib gets the start and he has bolted away. It's all over Red Rover.
Oh, good win for Johnny Habib. 5:34, 213 kilometres an hour. Good speed in just, 200 metres, the 8th mile. You see the Walkinshaw there. He's had 2 or 3 goes at the throttle trying to get that car launched. It's just not happy here at Mildura at the moment.
Unfortunately for Hewitt, it was all over at that point, right there.
And of course here at Mildura's Sunset Strip, it's not just about the door slammers and pro street cars. We've got about 100 sportsman entries all the way from these supercharged Outlaws cars down to the streeters. But the supercharged Outlaws, they've really got hold of this racetrack. We've seen times tumbling all the way through. The traction's coming around. Let's see how we go now with Daniel Saban to take on Michael Vasilakakis.
And it's the Capri in action again up against the Pontiac. I love this machine. It's for sale too. Somebody get me that man's number. Not that I can afford it, I just like the look of it.
Oh yeah, they're a very swoopy body, and it looks like you could just put that back on the street, doesn't it?
And as we saw in the qualifiers, he's certainly got plenty of power available to him. It's just getting control of it that seems to be the hard part.
Massive wheel stand in qualifying. He will be determined to try and keep the front wheels a little bit lower on this launch, because Daniel Saban in the Capri is a guy that can leave him behind very easily if Michael gives him half a chance.
Well, let's see how they go. They bring themselves up to the line. Won't be long before we get this one underway. Capri versus Pontiac, waiting for the lights.
Yeah, the top lights on the end on the Christmas tree indicate the front wheels are 6 inches short of the start line beam. Then you'll see the next ones come in, when all four lights are lit, the cars are locked in, ready to race.
Go, and the Capri bolts away. The Pontiac has not moved, and Shaban is going to win this one in a canter.
Yeah, we've seen the Pontiac. He's missed the start and he's decided, well, I'll just let the Capri go and I'll see whether I can get some sort of good time. But a 5:31 for Shaban. That's win points on the board for him.
Well, here is the replay. You can see the Capri disappears off into the distance. And Michael Vlasikakis decides, I'll just go for a solo pass. Why not? We're on board with Shaban. He just bolted away, and he knew halfway down the strip that this was all over.
Yeah, good run for him. As I say, win points on the board. Now, here is the man, that number 2 qualifier. He's ready to give it a good shot. Johnny Lewis has a solo pass here. He's going to be guaranteed the win points, but I don't think he's going to be taking it easy. Knowing him, he is going to see whether he can get this car into the 4-second zone. Not happy with his 5-1. Pretty good crowd in here at Mildura, considering very threatening skies, but the people of the Sunraysia have really shown that they love their drag racing here at the Sunset Strip.
That's not a blower on the top of that bonnet. That's almost like a jet engine intake, isn't it? Unbelievable. Let's see if he can get it down into the 4s. Almost ready, waiting for the 4 lights. There they are in the starter's head. No, well, away he goes off the line. Let's see what the time's going to be. A little bit loose in the run.
Yeah, brake traction about half track, decided to shut it off, and discretion better part of valor. Still runs a 5:43.
It's not to be sneezed at.
170 kilometres an hour. You know, what's your 0 to 100 on your car, Johnny? Oh, about 3 seconds.
Now here he is in action. You can see once it got loose, bang, straight out of it. And why not? It's a solo pass. All he needed to do was get across the line, and this is the way they finish up.
Yeah, Daniel Sabin, 5:31. He's got win points. Johnny Abib with a 5:35. Johnny Wilson, 5:43. So it'll be close in the next round. It's Vlasikakis and Hewitt that are under the gun. No win points at this stage.